So, this is for everybody who started off this new year, this new decade with high hopes, high dreams, faith. You're going to change everything. This is going to be a new year. You're going to have a new you. You're going to have a new budget, a new man, new midsection. Everything is going to be new. And it has not started off the way you expected it to. Then this is for you. Now, for those of you who've got it all together, you don't need to watch this. But if you're still trying to figure out how to make it, this is for you. I want you to join me for marching orders. March is starting. It's coming. Let me tell you what marching orders means. The beginning of the year is not just the first day. It's not just the first week. It's not just the first month. The beginning of the year is the first 3 months of the year, because whatever you put in place by the end of March is going to reap in the remaining 9 months of the year. 9 is the number of reaping. Why? Because anytime you multiply 9 by anything, it comes right back to itself. 9 times 2 is 18. The 1 and the 8 equal 9. 9 times 3 is 27. The 2 and the 7 equals 9. 9 times 9 is 81. The 8 and the 1 equals 9. So if you tried any way, it's going to come back to itself. So whatever you put in place right now and you finish during the month of March is going to reap during the remaining 9 months of the year. So if you did not get your budget straight, if you did not get your relationships in order, if you have not started your home-based business, if your career is off track, whatever it is, this is your time to grind. I have been following marching orders for the past 12 years. Now, 12 is a great number of cycle completion. There are 12 months in the year. There were 12 disciples. I could go on about the number 12. So for 12 years, I have been following marching orders. For 12 years, I have been listening to Sandy Bakken, the IRS attorney who used to train the IRS agents, who now just train self-employed people like you and I. He's also a CPA. So 12 is a great number of completion. So I want you to get on this path with me. The first year that I followed marching orders, I finished that real estate broker license in 3 days, and I made some money that year. Another year that I did marching orders, I reached out to Russell Simmons' office. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. I didn't know anybody who knew them. I just knew that I did not want to be in corporate America anymore, that I wanted to follow my dreams. I wanted to follow my passion. I reached out, I got a meeting, and I left that meeting running a national program. Another year, I was told to write my salary for what it was that I was doing. I wrote my salary in the spreadsheet. I sent it in. They called me and told me it wasn't enough. So I got to rewrite my own salary. So what's going to happen for you during this marching order season? What is it that you want? What are you trying to get? What goal are you trying to reach? Let me tell you something. Life is not going to give you what you want. You're going to have to go and take it. You're going to have to learn the rules of the game and then play the game by the rules. Learn the rules of the game. Let's just say, for example, the tax system. Learn the tax code. Your tax preparer is not going to tell you. I've been on set all weekend with people who have been doing taxes, and they're not telling people that they can hire their kids in their home-based business. They're not telling people that they can travel and write it off for business, or that they can drive their car and write for business. Now, some of them are, but many of them are not that focused. They can only address what you bring them. So you have to take matters into your own hands. You have to get the financial education. You have to find out the truth. You have to pass the test. You have to be the one to say no. If you got paid this weekend, do you have a plan for your money? At some point, you're going to have to follow the financial rules. You're going to have to spend less money. You're going to have to get more money, and then you're going to have to get your money back. There's no other way to do it. There's absolutely no other way to do it. It's going to take an all-out attack on your goals in order for you to achieve them. Your goals are not going to come falling in your lap. Your goals are not going to come knocking on your door. Your reward, your breakthrough, you're going to have to push past the end. You're going to have to push past your own mind. You're going to have to understand that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. So when people don't do the right thing, you can't get bent out of shape for too long. Cry for 2 minutes and then move on. When people don't do the right thing by you, you can't get stuck on that. You're going to have to learn that lesson. Figure out how you contributed to your own situation, and then you're going to have to go to the next level. So are you ready to march? I'm ready to march. I'm ready to take this thing on by storm. I want to change my life, and I want to help you change yours. So let's march. Okay, happy Sunday. So here's the deal. If you want to be financially free, then you're going to have to get rid of, become free from, get out of the bondage of the biggest inhibitor to financial success that exists. Are you ready? Your children. Yes, your children. Because every last one of us, and I am included, we have spent our lives, we have spent the great majority of our adulthood saying, I want to make it better for my kids. I want my kids to have the opportunities I didn't have. I want to do all this stuff for my kids. Well, guess what? They've already done it. Last time I checked, I did not have a cell phone when I was 10. I had to use the rotary dial. Remember that you had to use the rotary dial. You had to pick up the phone. You had to call your friend. If you were trying to sneak to call your friend in the middle of the night, then you had to dial real slow. And if you didn't go fast enough, then it all messed up. You had to start all over again. And then if you got on the phone, your mama got on the phone unapologetically and said, "Get off my phone." You were trying to be all smart. You were trying to be all cute. You were trying to be all jazzy. And all of a sudden, your mama gets on the phone and tells you to get off. They have it way better than we did. Last time I checked, when I got a quote unquote allowance, I got a quarter, one little bitty quarter. I had to go to the ice cream truck. I had to go to the candy store. I had to go buy some books. I had to do 50,000 things with that quarter. And guess what? I did. And I came home with some change. Last time I checked, I did not have a computer to type my paper on. I had to pull out a typewriter. I had to line the paper up. If I messed up too many times, I could not use that little whiteout and fix it. I had to start all over again. Last time I checked, they are doing way better than we ever did. They have way more opportunity. They're living in a technological age. So your job is to slow them down. Your children should be working for you in your home-based business. And by the way, everybody should have a home-based business. Why should you have a home-based business? Especially if you have children, because you are going to supply those children with something. I don't care how broke you are. You're going to supply them with food, clothing, and shelter. The IRS says when your child works for you in your home-based business, then you get to take the money that you were going to use for them anyway. Now you can pay them a salary. A salary to do what? Small children can do chores. Bigger children can help you with your social media. Older children can help you with your bookkeeping. They can help you at events. They can plan. Let me tell you something. Even a baby can model for you in your business. So the IRS says you can hire your child to work in your home-based business. You can pay each child up to $12,000 a year. You might be thinking, where am I going to get $12,000 from? I'm not talking about a new $12,000. I'm talking about the money you're already spending. Try diapers. Try formula. Try daycare. Try tuition. Try football lessons and ballet lessons and cheerleading camp. All of these things that you are spending money on anyway, you cannot get it back. Let me tell you something. If you want to be financially free, you must do three things. You must spend less money. You must get more money through multiple streams of income. And everybody should have my book, The Symphony, A Guide to Creating and Balancing Multiple Streams of Income. Not because I'm telling you to get it. I'm telling you it works. It is a game changer. And number three, you must learn how to get your money back. So whenever you go out to spend a penny, a dime, a quarter, and especially a dollar or 10 of them, you need to ask yourself, can I get this back? If the answer is no, don't spend it. You can get it back if your transaction is connected to business. When you drive your car, it should be for business. When you talk on your cell phone, your whole cell phone should be for business. When you give your kids money, stop doing that. Pay them a salary. Give them independence. Let me tell you something, and this is the truth. Children do not want things. They think they want things. Children want a financial education, and children want parents who are going to teach them how to be responsible and how to survive in this world. This world is tough, this world is crazy, and this world is hard. And the best thing you can give your children is a financial education. You have already done the work. You're here. They already have it better than us. Now let's make it even better than that. Okay, so listen, fear cannot be your final answer. Let me tell you once again, fear cannot be your final answer. While you are trying to get to this next level, while you are trying to break through and do something that you've never done so you can get someplace that you've never been, which is a place called freedom in your finances, you cannot accept fear as your final answer. Now, a lot of you are going out there talking to your tax preparers, talking to people saying you want to hire your kids in your home-based business, and they're telling you all kind of answers that are incorrect. Those answers are called fear. Now, last week I talked about the 5 F's that'll keep keep you broke. I talked about feelings because money is not emotional. I talked about family because sometimes family will keep you guilty and doing things that you shouldn't do. And then friends, you're running around at the club doing all kind of stuff. Yeah, they're your friends from kindergarten, but guess what? You need some new friends if you want to get to a new level. You don't have to discard them, but you got to figure out what you're doing with your energy. Then you talked about food because people are eating up half their check. You're eating too much food and you're getting fat and your pockets are not getting fat. And then I talked about fun. If you're having fun and you're broke, it's something wrong. But there's another F, and it's the biggest F. It's called fear. And fear cannot be your final answer. So I am telling you that you can hire your kids to work in your home-based business. You can pay each child up to $12,400 a year. That money that you pay them, it's a tax write-off to you if you are working, have a home-based business. You have to have a home-based business. You have to have the intent to make a profit. You have to run your business like a business, not a hobby. Okay. And then you have to work in your business at least 3 to 4 days per week, at least 45 minutes per session. That is what legally and according to the IRS, that's what a home-based business is. So when you go out there and people tell you you don't qualify, you say fear is not the final answer. When you go out there and people tell you, well, that's too risky, you say fear is not the final answer. When you go out there and people don't even have an answer, they just tell you no, you tell them fear is not the final answer and you show them the facts. This is IRS Publication 15. IRS Publication 15. This is the 2020 version. Here it is, everybody. This is it. And on page 13, look at what it says. On page 13, it says you can hire your children. That money is tax-free money to them. The first $12,400 of a child working in the home-based business of a parent is tax-free to them, and it's a tax write-off to you. So now the money that you are spending on tuition, on ballet, on football, on whatever it is, tuition, whatever it is, now that money that was no longer a tax write-off is now a tax write-off to you. Doesn't matter how many dependents you have. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to have a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow and jump over the cow, over the moon. There are no qualifications. Doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your color is. Doesn't matter what your gender is. None of that matters. There are no additional qualifications. Are you breathing? Are you alive? If the answer is yes, and you have a home-based business and you run that business like a business, not a hobby, and you actually hire your children, you hire them, you give them a job description with duties, and you pay them. Yes, you pay them. And guess what? It's going to make them stronger. It's going to make them more financially stable. It's going to give them a whole nother presence in this world. Let me tell you something. Jim Crow went out in the 70s and the 80s. It is gone. Do not let our ancestors, and I'm talking about all of our ancestors, those who survived slavery, those who survived Holocaust, those who survived this president, right? Because we've had our Hispanic brothers and sisters being separated from their children. Don't survive all of that. And then let people that tell you fear is the final answer, because it's not. I want you to get to the next level. And guess what? There are over 475 tax deductions. Just because you don't have any dependents, that's only one tax deduction. There are many deductions that you can have access to if you are running your home-based business like a business and you are willing to do the work. Now, yes, getting your money straight is hard work, but so is being broke. So which hard work are you going to do? Are you going to work hard robbing Peter to pay Paul after that tax refund is gone? Are you going to work hard trying to figure out, pull your hair out, trying to figure out how you're going to get to the next level? How you're going to pay your bills? How you're going to ward off the creditors? How you're going to do that? No, don't do that hard work. Do the hard work getting a financial education. Fear is not the final answer.